I like bloopers. Have a groovy day if
See,
you're really feeling it. Like, but if you're not, you're just like, bye.
Who is this person? Why is she hugging me? Okay, bye.
No. Do you want to do it again? Just
okay, let's
I didn't do the arm thing.
1, 2, 3. Hi! Hello! So welcome back to DCP Clubhouse, and today we have a wonderful guest, and she's already laughing at me. This is Cheyenne. She just got back from her CP, so she's currently in real state of mind depression. Today we're going to do something called a Tale of Two CPs, so we're going to kind of compare our programs, because she did it way after mine, and everything she did is completely different, and so I was like, whatever. Anyways, so I just have questions we're going to go through. First one, do you remember the day you applied? Who will you go first?
Yeah, I do. I applied in math class, actually.
The best one to not listen. More
exactly. I applied in math lab, so like right before class started, I was like, oh, abstract, oh my god. And then I was texting Bailey the whole time.
I love it. Was it the day it came out?
Yeah.
Which is nice. See, now I don't really, I mean, I remember it, but it was like middle of the season after a football game at night. Don't remember the day, don't remember that's it. That's all I got. How quickly did you move on to the WBI?
I don't remember.
I got it the same night. I remember that because it was like an hour later, I think. Because I remember my mom was like, oh, I got a web interview. Cool.
I feel like my whole thing was just kind of a blur, so.
So you're just like, I'm not going to be able to answer any of these.
I don't remember. I applied, that was it.
How long did it take you to find out about the PI? Well, you see, you would have done, because you had an automatic thing. Like, it told you right after the interview, which is amazing. I just did that. And so I think it took me, so when I used to do it, you completed the WBI, and then you're just like, it was like, okay, cool, thanks. And then you had to wait for it to tell you. And so I think it was like a week or two until they were like, oh, schedule your interview. And I was like, oh, cool. And I remember I was in the IUK cafeteria.
Aww.
I sat down and I was like, whoa, we're scheduling this for tomorrow AM at 8 a.m. So where were you when you found out about your acceptance?
Again, I was in math class. I was just sitting there and I like obviously wasn't paying attention because I was so excited and I was just doodling like, you know, Mickey in my notebook, and then I just had this gut feeling that something was happening, like a wave or something, so I checked Facebook and then I ran out of math class. I was like, goodbye. And then it said, congratulations, and I ran home and I screamed and told everyone I knew.
It was 11:50 at night. And it was like 3 weeks out. It was October 7th. I remember that day. I do remember that day. So I applied somewhere in the middle of September. And I was like, I'm just going to check this just because I'm bored. Because like they always used to, back in my day, they give you a dashboard update and then emailed you either the next day or a couple hours afterward. I don't know if that's the same way it is now. But anyways, I checked it and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I woke my mom up and I was like totally like, yeah, I'm going to Disney. What's up? So next question is, what was your role? Merchandise! So when you got your role, what were your initial thoughts about merchandise?
Well, it was the third in my top 3. So I was like, okay, I can work with this. I was kind of excited about it. I was like, yeah, I'll be like in a shop just chilling out, talking to people, my favorite thing. So, yeah.
So how did you feel about knowing your like specific role before going down? Any like worries about it or?
I didn't know. Okay, disclaimer. I worked at a resort. I didn't know what it was. Like when they told me, oh yeah, you're gonna work at Pop Century. I was like, what is that? Where is that in Magic Kingdom? Because in my head, that was the only place that I could work was Magic Kingdom. Just because that's me. But, so they were like, yeah, it's a resort. It's a value resort. Yeah, it's like all the different decades. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm just going to listen to the Beatles and have a really fun costume like a poodle skirt or something, because that's 50s and we're just gonna have a swinging good time.
So along with that, did you visit Pop when you got down there before?
Yeah, I did. And I was still really excited when I visited. I remember we all went resort hopping and I was like, we have to go visit Pop because that's where I'm going to be. We walked in and I actually cried because I was so excited. Like, I heard the music, like the Beatles were playing, and I was like, oh, this is going to be so much fun. And then I saw the costumes. Yeah.
I'm going to try to put a picture right here of her costume. She's gonna send me one. She loves it.
Yeah,
she loves
so
it.
good, so groovy.
I found out on check-in day, so the question is how nervous were you on check-in day, and that is unexplainably nervous because I remember gathering at Vista, and check-in used to take like 3 hours. Got like the first thing up, they're like, oh cool, you have Magic Kingdom, and I was like, yes, bet. And they're like Storybook Circus, and I was like, I have no idea what that is. Is that like, in my mind I was like, books. It's gonna be like a children's bookstore. Okay, I thought it was gonna be like a little hole in the wall children's bookstore. How was training?
Again, I was like, I don't know, like it was okay in the grand scheme of things. It's boring.
Would you do your role again?
Yeah, and I plan to actually, hopefully.
Would you do?
Yeah, I would, but it again is not my top pick.
It's fine now. Would you do your specific role again? Would you do Pop again?
Location? No. Heck no. I peeked at Pop and that's all she wrote. Like,
it's bad.
I'm done.
I would definitely do merchandise again. It's actually one of my, I think my second choice right now. I would love to do Big Top, but I don't like the production side, as you'll see in my other video. I really don't like production, so I really don't want to deal with that again. Alright, so moving on to housing. When did you know your housing assignment?
I knew my housing assignment the same time I knew like my roommates and my work location and everything, which was a couple days before check-in date.
Sweet.
Yes.
I found mine out the day of check-in. Like literally check-in used to be you found out your work location, your roommates, where you're gonna live, like everything. When Traditions was like everything all at once. So I did random assignment because I tried finding roommates and I gave up on that process about 2 weeks in. I was like, this is too hard. Nope. So I had 7 other roommates in Chatham. And we were pretty much okay. So then for you, how hard was it to find roommates and how was...
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, so when you're on those Facebook pages, it feels a little bit like Tinder. You gotta put out your best self, you know. So for me, I did a couple of those like roommate like questionnaire things and I put them on Facebook, but it didn't really work out until I posted just looking for people who like Taylor Swift and coffee, and then I put a meme, and that's how I found my roommates. So like goals, really.
Would you live in your same complex again?
Heck yes. Catterson. Forever.
I feel like I would. I don't really prefer it. Okay, this is the biggest thing everyone always asks about, and it's Transtar.
I was on the bus all the time. I had a resort bus, so like my bus went to resorts only. So there wasn't as many people on it. I always had a place to sit. There was usually like air conditioning and music playing and stuff. It really didn't break down. There was one time, I know, there was one time when they were like, oh yeah, we need to switch out buses. It's gonna take 5 minutes. But like, that was the only like day that I had an issue with it.
Well, Transtar sucks in my opinion. Just trying to get off work at 2 a.m. and there's 19 million CPs that didn't work for the day that refused to let you sit even though you just stood for 12 hours. It's a good time. Story time! So today's talk is about awkward situations or confrontations or something. So we're gonna let Cheyenne go first.
So this was in my first week at Pop. Just chilling, like trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. I had this guest and I was like just checking them out or whatever, right? And then he asked me to help him find something, so I do, and then like I check that out, and then I go around the counter because I was still a newbie and I was like, yep, gotta make every transaction and interaction. So I walk around and hand him his stuff. And then he was like, oh, thank you so much for helping me today, sweetie. And then he kisses me. And I was like, okay, yeah, yep, have a magical day, bye. And like, granted, it was just like a kiss on the cheek, so that was kind of clickbait, but it was still a kiss. It was still too close for me and just very awkward. I didn't really know how to respond. And I looked at my leader and she was like, yep, just keep smiling. It's a different culture thing. And I was like, okay.
I was making an apple, right? And so I told my trainer I needed hand over hand because like I suck. So it looks like this because my trainer has his hand and I have my hand. And we're both comfortable with this, it's fine. And we're dipping it kind of like this. We're going back and forth and we're shaking the milk chocolate off and going back and forth and doing this. And this guest comes up and she's like, I love it when couples work together here. I think it's so cute. She started asking us, she's like, did you guys work here together? Or did you guys meet here? Is it a Disney love story? And I'm like,
no, we just worked together.
And I think my trainer just kind of laughed it off. Well,
that happened.
I'm excited to work here. But if you have more questions for Cheyenne or me, you can just leave them below. I'll put the link somewhere where she's waving her hand around. Alrighty. Bye.